Greetings, everybody. Looks like we're a little sparse as yet, but more people will maybe come in later. I'm still working on my dragon painting here. Let me make sure I'm muted so we don't get horrible feedback. There we go. Okay. Okay. I've got 11 bunch of coconuts. Work on 3865. More than 2/3 done now. Hey, y'all. Hi, Crystal. How's things going down there? It's got to be warmer, I'll tell you that. We've settled into a nasty cold snap up here. Thank you. I'm quite happy with it, although I think this pen needs some wax. And look what I found, like literally half an hour after my last live. I knew it was around. Room?
I have something I need to share with you, but I don't think that people online would like to hear it.
Oh, well, I'm kind of on my live. Can it wait?
Don't think it can.
Un momento, por favor. I'm going to mute for a second. All right, sorry about that. Fun with children. Yes. This part of my temperature blanket is going to be very boring. It's going to be all gray, except for today. Today was -4. Anything -5 and below is gray. It's not -4 now, but it was earlier. Yeah. Fun with children. I actually went outside today to go get the mail. I usually let the kids do that. It's like, no way I will let the kids do that. Wax is what I was after. For some reason, I closed my wax up thing with my Cheshire cat. And how is Dawn, other than freezing to death?
What did you just say?
I said, how is Dawn, other than freezing to death? Well, negative temps in Celsius isn't as bad as negative temps in Fahrenheit. I'll give it that. I think I'd still be in like the 20s. Say hello, Emily.
Hi.
Since you're going to be here.
Working on your scales and sparkles.
Yep. What did I give you earlier?
A frame for my Rainbow Wolf. Hi, Crystal.
Yes, I bought some frames. The Rainbow Wolf is a 30 by 40, meaning it's probably 5 centimeters less than that. So I got these ones from Amazon. It came in a 2-pack and it's 11 by 14 frame that's matted down to 8 by 10. So I just literally just sat the painting on top of the mat and framed it that way. This one is going to be for her dragon when she's done it.
And it'll have a matching frame. Yay!
And then I got this one for this guy because this is an actual 30 by 40 true to size. I've gotten a few of these frames and I like them.
Yes.
Single digit negatives.
We've been having negatives all week.
Yeah, but I think she's in Fahrenheit. Means it's a lot colder.
Oh, okay.
I don't do freedom units. I don't remember how far down that goes. I know once we hit, I think, -20, it's the same. There's a spot where Fahrenheit and I can't remember if it's -20 or -40. Either way, really damn cold, where Celsius and Fahrenheit come together, it's the same temperature, which we are not near that.
Fahrenheit, yeah.
So your lows are about where our highs are right now. So imagine you're at the coldest at night being the highest temperature you got through the day. Because I'm pretty sure we're about 20s. Central Indiana. I always forget where you are. Don't know why. I can remember everybody else.
Fahrenheit. Yeah, we use Celsius. I don't know about our oven though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There is.
There's 10 Celsius for my high.
Yeah, that's pretty balmy. We had one day that went above 5 Celsius so far this year. So says my temperature blanket.
One day, that's purple.
Because the gray here is -5 and below. The yellow is, I have the gauge. The yellow is 0 to -4. The green is 1 to 5. And this is 6 and above. That's the only day we've had that's been that high.
Purple.
And this is where I left off, and it's going to be several rows of gray with 1 row of yellow, I think.
Hi, Don.
I can never remember which one's which. Emily's supposed to be working and getting her room cleaned. Or at least changing your sheets. Get the garbage off the floor. Come on. There should not be fruit in your room, let alone be fruit peels on the floor. This is ridiculous. Room smells awful. Fix it. Yeah, that's the only way I can do Fahrenheit to Celsius conversions. If we're talking pound weights, I can do that. I worked in a deli, although not very much. So people would come in and order half a pound or a quarter pound of deli meat, and I could do that. Move that over into grams, which is good because that's what our scales were on. But yeah, Fahrenheit is its own thing, and it makes no sense, and I don't get it.
I've never used it.
Centimeters to inches, I can do. Fahrenheit just doesn't make any sense. And it's one of those things that if you've grown up with it, it makes sense to you. But if you haven't, you're like, what is this?
Yeah. Caitlin should probably change your sheets too or something better.
I don't have another mattress protector, you said.
Caitlin was lying. There's a magic reactor in there.
No, it's not one of the squishy ones that she wants.
Yeah,
Ah,
mine's not squishy either.
okay. Go clean. Make smell better. No, see, the problem with being in Canada is you've got 1 foot in U.S. culture with all the freedom units, and you've got 1 foot in British culture, which has gone metric. So you have to kind of go back and forth. So I'm a baker. I do cake decorating. So what's really fun is somebody will, I'll have something ask me for a 12-ounce can of something, and I have to be going, crap, what's 12 ounces? How does that go over? Because if I go to the store, I'm not going to find a 12-ounce can of something. I'm going to find like a 400 milliliter can of something. And it hasn't been that long since we went to metric. So if an older gentleman comes in and orders his deli meat, he's going to order a 1/4 pound of honey ham. And I'm sitting there going, okay, so 1/4 pound would be 1.54 grams ish. So you put somewhere near that amount on the thing and say, look good. And they say, you look good. You package it up and you hand it to them. A little more, a little less. Okay. And I take the kids to the doctor and they tell me, and the fun part is the units that have to do with your size, the people generally are the ones that are really difficult to do anything with. So I'll have, because I'm 5'4" and more pounds than I want to admit to. And I took the kids to the doctor and they measured Emily and she was 169 centimeters. I'm like, okay, what is that in feet and inches? Fuck. Oh, currency conversion is fun. Trying to buy things off of American websites, it's like, oh my goodness, the price is so good. And then you do the currency conversion and count in the astronomical shipping. And you're like, oh, you know what? Never mind. And Etsy's really bad. For whatever reason, Etsy's shipping to Canada is horrible. I would love to buy things from all the lovely Etsy stores that all of our lovely people have, but the shipping is yikes. I'll put a tray and I'll put a tray and everything in the basket itself is only like $3-4, but the shipping's like 12. If we get up into the 12 and the shipping goes up into the 30, it's bad. And I don't blame that on people who are running their Etsy stores, but goddamn. This I actually got from a Canadian Etsy store. Because of that, it's like, all right, well, maybe there's some on this side of the border. And I think it cost me like $4 to ship. It's like, yay, I'm not going to go broke. Yeah, international shipping is amazing. Hey, it's odd. International shipping is rough. Doesn't matter where the international is from. And how is Supermod doing? I don't think it would work out cheaper though. By the time I paid domestic shipping and then paid you to ship it to me, it would end up being the same. I don't know. I was going to one of the retreats. I would just send it to somebody who's going to go to the retreat too and say, here, hold on to this for me. Yes, shipping is awful. It's almost like it's a big world we live in. Hi.
We need goldfish and raisins.
The goldfish is on my list. I don't think I put raisins on it.
Okay, double check, because
Well, I've already put it through, baby. So whether we're getting them or not.
alright.
I wait too long, then I lose my spot.
Okay.
Just gonna have to do without raisins. Deborah and Gail. Oh, we're starting to get a party in here. Cool. Yeah, I find myself when I'm buying from an international shipper, like I bought from Craftably and it was like $30 in shipping. I'm like, oh my God. I know they're working on that. If I get a critter in my wood stove again, I've got a critter in my wood stove again. I don't blame them. It's warmer here than it is out there. Oh, I guarantee it is. Yeah. Because I've heard her complain about the exact same thing. And unfortunately, because we haven't had passenger flights go over, a lot of passenger flights have been canceled. That means that they can't pack the passenger flight with extra cargo for shipping. So it's all having to be shipped directly. I love Craftably, but yeah, I brought that up specifically when they were on Mindy's live because yeah, it's an issue, but it's something they're working on, and I understand that. And they can only ship at the rates that the couriers are going to give them, and the couriers are only going to give them good rates when they have a certain volume, and it's a big catch-22 when you're a little guy. So I've got all the Jasmine Beckett Griffith over there, and it's like, oh, it's all the pretty dragons. Dragons!
Again.
We don't like dragons in this house, do we?
Again.
Again.
It's a song. It's
Oh.
part of the song.
Okay. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
Lunch stuff.
Hi.
Lunch stuff, buddy. Lunch. This is my lunch stuff.
Ah,
I'll have your lunch stuff. You go get your own lunch stuff. Actually, I can't believe you
we
planned
keep
that.
lunch stuff down here because otherwise the girls just eat it. They are going fast. It's one of the reasons I wanted to do a smaller painting than doing a DAC, because I've had a lot of really big paintings lately.
We're out of gummies?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind. I was just asking.
We're getting more. But the bad thing is, if I leave them upstairs, the kids eat them. If I leave them down here, I eat them.
Come on, let's go.
Hi, Don. By the way, you spelled Caitlin's name wrong. Just want to let you know.
Yeah, she spelled it one of the right ways, just not the way we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got this one at, I was actually surprised. This is actually more 939 than it is 310 for Toothless. I think he turned out pretty good. I'm liking it. It's going to go a little faster because I have so many paintings I'm trying to get done. and cycling through them. I was actually hoping that I'd get some of my drills in because I have orders in 3 different places for drills. And Billy's sending me a bunch, and I was hoping one of them would come in today, but we're closest to the Mississauga distribution point, which is right outside Toronto. And unfortunately, Toronto is a COVID hotspot right now, so everything's going through there at a crawl. So what's normally an advantage for me is not. Yeah, I decided to do hers. I guess it's sort of the Irish way. I don't know. It's just the way I always saw it. Hers is a C with the Y. Everybody spells it wrong. Even her teachers spell it wrong the first few times. Thought I was doing my kids a favor by giving them names that everybody would be able to pronounce, and then I give Caitlin one that has about 12 right spellings. So she's going to be spelling her name to everyone forever. And I can always find Emily in those personalized things, but it's a crapshoot whether or not they're going to have. That's right, yes. Caitlin spelled correctly. Which is one of the reasons I got a Cricut, so that I can make stuff that you would find that's personalized and has it spelled correctly. But the Cricut likes me sometimes and not so much other times. Watching Mr. Peeve on Hallmark. I'm not into the whole Hallmark thing. I mean, if you're enjoying it, have at. Me, I've got 500 theories about what's going on with WandaVision, so that's my cranium right now. Get it where you can. I'm just obsessed with WandaVision. Is anyone else watching it but me? Maybe, possibly, Bueller. No, Crashly was. I don't know if she's continued. Oh, you're going to watch through them all? That's going to be wild. Although Thor 3, you're getting there. You're a visual learner. I see. I'm an auditory learner. If I hear it, I will remember it. Which is why I tell my husband to remind me of things. Not because he's actually going to remember to remind me, but because I've now said it out loud, I'm more likely to remember it. Just good, because usually his response to, honey, remind me we need to pick up some of this, is he'll turn around and say, okay, honey, remember you need to pick up this. It's like, thanks, dear. That's helpful. Mark Ruffalo, he is good. He's so good. I liked Edward Norton in the original Hulk movie for the MCU, which is not on Disney Plus. I'm guessing the distribution rights are still with Universal, and that's why. But I think Mark Ruffalo does a better job of being a team player. I don't think Edward Norton would have worked well with other people. when it came to doing the Avengers. Yeah, Brian has no memory. No memory. None. He even admitted today because the kids have been drinking a lot of Kool-Aid lately, and he remembered that they were out of sugar for making it. I have to put some powdered medication in Caitlin. That's the easiest way to do it, is do it in a fruit drink. Because she'll actually take it that way. I think I just posted the kit up the other day. But I did start this on the 1st. The videos tend to be a little bit of lag time because I have to sit back and edit the thing, and then you have to compile it and then upload it and then put all of the stuff with it, and it's a process. It takes a bit. So I've been doing strips. I had this in 3 strips. So I did this strip, and then I took a break and did other things. And then I did this strip and took a break and did other things. And now I'm doing this strip. And that is all for 3865. Hey, Danielle. I edit a bit. I don't get too extracurricular with it. Editing is a skill that you have to practice. A skill I have not honed well. Eventually, I would like to do film theory and film analysis and stuff like that. But that's going to take a lot more editing skills than I have right now. It's like I said, many, many WandaVision theories going through my head. Being able to get them out of my head and discuss them with other people would be awesome. 9 is 762. Yeah, gray. We're all commiserating about the cold, Danielle. And about our inability to remember stuff. These days, though, Brian does the, yeah, remind me, here I'm reminding you to do things just to see me roll my eyes. Been together forever. I was not. I was busy hanging out with my husband. I'm sorry. 73 high tonight with the AC on. Oh, I wish it was 73 here. It is not. '73 is a nice temperature. I like 73. No, it peaked at -4 today. I know some milestones with Fahrenheit. 73 is a good room temperature. Am I right? Maybe a little bit warm? I suck at Fahrenheit, guys. I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather wouldn't go in the pool unless it was 80 or above. And my grandmother always complained that it was too warm then. You can compare them. There are definite points of comparison, but I don't know what points you were using. So they're all speculative fiction.
I did an experiment, and now Caitlin knows more French.
Uh-oh.
Caitlin, comment ça va?
Comme ci, comme ça.
Very good.
I also taught her something, but I don't know if she memorized it. What to say if she wants to know if I want to play with her.
No, I don't remember. What again?
Est-ce que tu veux jouer à moi? I added that last two words. Est-ce que tu veux jouer? Est-ce que,
That's pretty rough, guys.
How is that
est-ce
wrong?
que tu veux jouer à moi, avec moi?
What's the answer, Caitlin?
I try to remember so much.
Oui, oui.
Oui.
Inside Out, Caitlin. No wonder it looks weird.
Oui. Oui.
Yes, that's the answer. That means yes, you want to play with me.
Yes. Let's go play. I will be Chris.
Show off the little bit of French at grade 3 knows it, but how to do his.
Yeah, well, Bella knows a little bit of French too.
How did she know that?
And trois, quatre, cinq, six, seven, eight, no, please. After she knows any more French, and she said no. She said no, so she doesn't know.
Pants?
Muffy,
I love it.
she's got pants on.
In the camera, look like
They're gray tights, but she is wearing tights.
Oh,
A tifi, ma petite fille,
un petit fille.
Where's
Remy.
my little
my
girl?
little girl.
Un petit fille.
Ton petit fille.
Ton petit fille.
Actually,
Grosse
more
fille,
like
petite fille.
These are mean.
My big girl and my little girl.
Yeah, yes, we are these kids.
Je petit veux jouer avec un garçon.
You want to go play with a boy?
Yes, that's the voice of my class that I want to play with.
Well, I'm sorry. It's not time for that.
It's not a vocal.
Yes, go have your meds.
Putting this back on.
Yeah, my husband is a furnace too, so I would say he probably would do that. But he's a furnace, and I sleep next to him under my weighted blankets, so I don't mind so much anymore.
She's like vending machine.
I don't even know how to stop on the move. I came
Au
up
revoir.
Au revoir.
A bientôt.
Aviento. Aviento. Aviento.
Trying to remember how to say clean your room in French, and it's not coming to me. I've lost most of my French. Yeah, Emily takes French in school. Caitlin doesn't yet. This school board does French starting in grade 4, and she's only in grade 3. Oh, I swear if my house was on fire, I'd probably go back in for my weighted blanket. No, I wouldn't, because I could buy another one. But it is, I have reservations sleeping anywhere else without my weighted blanket anymore. I'm a 41-year-old who has a blankie. I hadn't heard of weighted blankets outside of using them for therapy for certain disorders, my mother got one for herself. And I said, I think it was like March or something. My birthday is in May. And when she mentioned it and she said it's for anxiety and it helps you things, it all kind of clicked to me, because I'm one of these people who has to be covered up all of the way, like all the way up to my ears and stuff like that with a blanket to feel comfortable. So I'm like, Mom, if that works for you, can you get me one for my birthday? And she did. And now I love it. I have good AC and a furnace for a husband, so he tends to crank the AC. It is occasionally a problem, and you end up with one of those stupid things where you've got one arm and one leg out from underneath the weighted blanket and the rest of you underneath it, and somehow that makes it equalize. But yeah, my parents owned this house before we did, and my mother has very strong seasonal allergies. So when they redid the windows in this house, none of them open except the kitchen one. So we have to have the AC on, otherwise we boil in here. I mean, I could redo the windows again, but yeah, I suffer from anxiety too. So it's like, and ever since I was a kid, I was one of those people who had wrapped themselves up in blankets. Like I would have blankets right up to my ears and over the top of my head, completely swathed in blankets. So I knew that would help me, and it does. I could not nap before I had the weighted blanket. Wouldn't matter how tired I was in the middle of the day, I could not nap. I can now. I did today. I got up, got the kids off to school, came down here, was falling asleep. And I was freezing. Went upstairs, got warm, and napped for a while. It was nice. I couldn't do that beforehand. I just figured I couldn't nap. The only times I could manage to fall asleep during the day is that either I was heavily, heavily medicated or pregnant. So it's like, yeah. So either the meds knock me out or my body's doing way more than it's used to. But now I can pull the weighted blanket up over my head and nap. And it is the best thing ever. I like it. There's more 9s up there. That's not straight. Ah. I had forgotten how much faster rounds work up than squares. I've been doing like nothing but squares lately. I've always found it hard to get out of bed in the morning. It takes me so long to fall asleep usually that getting out of bed is But yeah, especially this time of year when you know you're getting out into cold. Hi, Robert. It's like, you know, you're getting out into cold air, and it's like, no, I'm good here. I don't want to get out. Please don't make me get up. And now the bed is the cocoon of safety. So I really don't want to get out. What am I doing here? P3743. More gray. Yay. No, I am a night owl. I do not like getting up in the morning. if it were up to me, there wouldn't be mornings. I feel a bit bad though, because I sleep through things, even things that aren't technically morning. Last Thursday night, I didn't actually sleep. I forgot to take my meds, and by the time I realized I didn't take my meds and it was getting late, it was like really late, like 3, 4 in the morning, and I wasn't tired. So it's like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna stay up. And I did. Stayed up all day Friday, and we didn't get to bed until about 12 or 1 a.m. Friday night for the game we were playing. And I was supposed to be at bingo, which is 1 o'clock. I think it's 1 o'clock my time. I didn't get up till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, Bev B, thanks for stopping in. Always good to see faces around here. I think if you suffer from anxiety and having blankets and stuff around you makes you feel better, a weighted blanket might be something to try. They're not terribly cheap. I think Mom said mine was about $100. So that's what, 75 or something for you guys. But for how much it's made me feel better, it's a bargain at twice the price. I would happily buy one again. That's probably one of the first things I would buy if like my house burnt down and I had nothing left. It's like, all right, we need to redo our house. Okay, so we need to buy some clothes, my weighted blanket, and don't get one if you have sleep apnea. Why is that, Bev? I'm curious. At $40 is a good deal. I've seen kids versions that were like 60. Mind you, that's 60 Canadian. So, and I have considered getting them. But Caitlin, with her potty issues, I'd be doing nothing but wash the stupid thing. So, and I don't know that it would help her. Yes, so Emily is 169 centimeters, which makes her 5'2.5", which puts her taller than Grandma and Auntie Mel, and she's so smug about this. Yeah, 80 US is about right for what I've seen them for. That seems to be where they start. I just got a twin one because I think my husband would roast alive under a weighted blanket. So we have separate blankets. He wraps himself up in the queen size blankets we normally use in the bed, which he used to do before I trained him out of doing that. We don't fight over blankets anymore, which is nice. I can't tell you how many times I would be the last one to come to bed because he's a morning person, I'm a night owl. So I get to bed and he is wrapped up like a cocoon in all of the queen size blankets. I'm like, honey, poke, 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 honey, poke, poke, poke. I need blankets. Now that I have the weighted blanket, he just wraps himself up in the queen blanket. I don't bug him anymore. Working on peas. Meta peas. Okay. So he goes to bed about 10. I'm lucky if I get into bed by 11. If I'm being good, I'm in bed by 11. If I'm not being good, I don't go to bed that night. That seems to be happening more and more recently. It's not good. Yeah, I think mine's 20 pounds. Like I said, I didn't order it. My mom did. She ordered hers the same. And I was hoping as I was losing weight there that I would actually be able to lessen it, because it's supposed to be a certain percentage of your body weight. I think it's 10% of your body weight. But I think I've put back on the weight that I've lost. I am a night owl naturally. If I let my circadian rhythms work, I will go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, sleep till noon, and sleep till noon or 2 and get up. And that's just the way I am. And we've got a queen size bed, so we have queen size blankets. We lived in a double bed forever, so the queen feels roomy. We upgraded that while I was pregnant with Caitlin. But yes, for a big guy, he's really good at cocooning himself in them blankets, I tell you. But it doesn't bother me anymore because I don't use those blankets. Let's see, B is 775. That's that baby blue. I'm a side sleeper too, Bev. Sleep on my left side. And I think my weighted blanket is a twin, which is enough to cover me. And he takes the queen, and believe me, he wraps himself up in the queens. We were considering buying king size blankets for a while there because he would, but I think even if we were to get king size blankets, he would just wrap himself up in those. He's a restless sleeper. Oh, he'll get them back to me, but it's kind of, honey, wake up, wake up. I need blankets. Wake up. Oh, I start peeling the blankets off him. He starts falling asleep. No. I need more than 1.5 foot of blanket. Give me more. There we go. Now I can get warm. Thank you. If I'm in the bed, he doesn't seem to steal them from me. He used to, but that was when we first started sharing a bed. But if I'm not in bed when he goes to bed, I will come with him cocooned like a mummy in blankets, and it's hilarious. Yeah, when I mentioned how much I like my weighted blanket, one of my online friends says, like, yep, my spouse just went out after hearing you talk about the weighted blankets and got us each twin ones so we don't fight over them. Pick these up. Wonder how they're going to work. I don't normally use fabric softener, so I don't have dryer sheets in the house. I figured these work better for staticky drills. I'm hoping anyway. We'll see. My kids are annoyed at me because we're not letting them do anything else until they get their room cleaned because it's starting to smell. But then they dig their heels and they don't want to clean the room, so it's kind of a standoff. We don't let them eat in the room, yet somehow there's fruit peels in their room that start to smell. Yeah, with drills. I've had a problem lately with staticky drills. I think it's probably just winter weather. All right, bye, Crystal. Well, that's counterproductive. He lays on your side to get you to eat. I have to get up and make sure that the kids have all of their stuff, especially this time of year, because Caitlin will wander out in a dress and her coat, but completely bare legs and no hat, mitts, nothing. She just run out of the house. Gotta get to the bus. I'm like, excuse me? It's -12. It's February. Get back here. $18 pounds of blanket and 14 pounds of cat. And you're like, dude, I can't even. No, that's hilarious. I occasionally have a small person climbing into the bed with me. That's also hard to get up from because, you know, snugglies. But yes, I have to make sure that Caitlin leaves because she will leave without her backpack. She will leave with her backpack but no lunch. She will leave with no mitts and completely bare legs this time of year. And it's like, kid, come on. I don't know what she's going to do next year when her big sister's not going to the same school as her. Big sister starts high school next year. She's going to my alma mater. Although not for the same reason that I went there, because I went there because my grandma taught there. That was before I found out my grandma was a word that I shouldn't use when I know that they probably have small people listening to me. My mother's stepmother. Still working on the husband about the cat. Still working on him. But yeah, Emily's in the 8th grade, which is the end of elementary school in this area. So next year she's going to be starting high school. And then Caitlin will be going to that school all by herself. She wanted a big sister to check in on her, make sure she's okay. This makes me a touch nervous. Not here, not anymore. When I first moved back here, they did have a middle school that was 7 and 8. It was a weird setup. I've been to school all over half the country, but in this town, they had a bunch of JK through 6 schools. And then all of the schools would go down to 7 and 8 at one school. And then after 8, you go into 9, and that would be at one of the 3 local high schools. It's not a big town, but it's strange that's the way they did it. And then they decided they were going to redistribute everything, and instead of having all the kids from 7 and 8 go to this one school, they made that the French school, so the French immersion school, and all the rest of the schools went K through 8. So now you go straight from K through 8 in one school and then go to high school. There is no middle school. The school board that I went to in Ottawa, everything was K through 5, and then middle school was 6, 7, and 8, and then high school was 9 through 12. So it really depends on the school board and the location, and I don't get it, but okay. Where a friend of mine is right now, he's really baffled by, because they have elementary, middle, and high school, but it's really weird. It's like K through 6 is elementary, 7, 8, and 9 is middle, and then 10, 11, and 12 is high school. So I don't know. Schools are very, very regional, as I've come to know. Normally, no. Normally they do have, okay, will do. Normally they do have music and gym, and they have another class that they go to for French and stuff like that. And they start adding more of those in as they go. But yeah, the older kids stay mostly in the same room. Right now, definitely the older kids are they're all staying in the same room all day because of COVID. But normally they do move around more than that. There is a dedicated music room. There is a French classroom. Indiana. Yeah, so we even have junior kindergarten, which is the year you turn 4. So when Emily finishes, she actually took junior kindergarten at a different school. We were living elsewhere before we moved here when I had Caitlin. So, but if she'd been here, she'd have been there from junior kindergarten through grade 8, so 10 years in the same school. And to me, that's bonkers. I never lived anywhere more than 4 years as a kid. And from the sounds of it, even the high school kids aren't moving around right now. They're not having semesters or having ovesters or something like that. Like they're having like all day is math for several weeks at a time, and then you finish math and then you move on to another subject, so that they're not moving around and mixing with different kids. And I don't know, it sounded like complete misery to me. Where you would spend 5 hours a day, all day, for weeks on end on one subject. If that's a subject you enjoy, that would be great. If that's a subject you can't stand, it would suck ass. Very, very bad. I could not hack 4 weeks, 5 hours a day of math. Could not have done. I'd have torn my hair out. They're not allowed to sing or shout or mix with other classes during breaks, or yeah, I feel bad for my kids. I really, really do. I know they're glad to be at school for what socialization they are getting. And I'm glad for them to go to school and get out of my hair, because they're driving me crazy. But yeah, I feel bad for them, and I'm really looking forward to us turning the corner on this COVID thing. Lots and lots of suck. All kinds of suck. When Caitlin told me she wasn't allowed to sing, in school, I was like, oh boy, I'd have been so screwed. I sing everywhere, all the time, constantly. Yeah, no, I do not envy them this COVID thing. But times is miserable for all of us, so that's why I've been a little on the lenient side. But once the bedroom starts to smell, it's okay. This needs to be cleaned up, guys. I'm not playing anymore. You need to clean it up. It's gross. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, because I'm going to have to go check and see if they're actually doing it, which they probably aren't. I hope you guys found this entertaining, at least. Oh, yeah, choir. I was big into choir. I think that's the only thing that Rachel McAdams and I were ever in together, because she was a couple grades ahead of me. Sitting here watching Mean Girls back in 2004 on the screen going, I know her from somewhere. Turns out the somewhere was high school. And we've been in choir together. But yeah, I was in the school choir, plus I was in a community choir that toured. So yeah, singing all of the time everywhere. Why, thank you, Deborah. I'm glad I could be a little bit of levity for you guys. But I think I am going to go. I gotta go check on the kids. See if I can convince them to fix their stuff. So everybody stay warm, stay healthy, stay safe. Everybody stay safe. The sooner we can all get out of this, the happier we will all be. Keep it spooky, guys. Bye.